going on? I'm going to start the video off just a little weird. I'm more going to explain kind of why I don't have any content of me tearing the bike apart. I took a lot of video that I didn't necessarily like the angles or maybe the audio on, but I really wasn't like super happy with the content. I really just kind of went into detail on how to take stuff apart, and I don't really want to run a channel where I'm teaching you how to do that. I don't want to feel bad if I do something not the right way and then you take it from the video and it breaks your bike, or you blow something out. This is a garage built bike. I'm not a Harley mechanic. I know what I'm doing, but not really. You know what I mean? It's a whole lot of reading online and just having faith that I can do it. So yeah, that's just kind of me being honest. I'm not gonna post, I think, the other content. Maybe I will have, and maybe you won't see this video, but I'm gonna just try to post videos of just me working on it without explaining into hyper detail what I'm doing. And this is a learning curve for me. So yeah. Today I'm just gonna kind of cut and grind and weld some stuff and plug some holes in the frame. And just kind of gonna take her in the garage. Filming these videos is tough because I usually just like want to walk in the garage and I want to be like, cool, I'm doing this. I don't want to think about shooting anything. And then it's like taking the fun a little bit out of it, but I do want to have some videos, so I'm trying my best. I'm really trying my best. But the bike is completely apart. I'll show you a video, everything kind of scattered around everywhere. And we're gonna start diving into this stuff. I've got the old motor out, new motor sitting here, transmission and another transmission, and I got another transmission over there. I got more parts than I need. I can definitely assemble probably 2 FXRs, but this is fun. I'm having fun. I'm down to a bare frame with nothing left on it, so I'm gonna prep that today for powder coating. And yeah, we'll talk about some other stuff. So the bike's apart. Everything that needs to be stripped off is stripped off. I'm starting to accumulate a mountain of parts around here. But yeah, there's no turning back now. Now it's I have to finish it or I'll never have another bike again. And I'm redoing the frame because I found that under the seat. That's the only tiny spot of rust on the whole frame. We're gonna grind that, clean that up, and we're gonna repowder coat the whole frame. But yeah, this was all because of that. I could have probably spray painted that and no one would have noticed, but I know, and that's what matters. These are hand welded frames, and for the most part, you can kind of tell. I'm a welder fabricator by trade, and I've definitely worked some jobs where after a while you've welded the same thing over and over again, and you're like, I'm not a robot, so I don't care. Yeah, so starts and stops are a little gnarly. Some of the welds are a little cold. And there's some jagged stuff, and some of the craters need to be filled in. So I'm just going to grind down smooth, maybe add some weld some places, just take the aggressiveness out of some of these welds. There's also a bunch of welding spatter underneath the powder coat, and just bugs me a little bit. So we're going to clean it up. I'm not going to go fully fucking insane because I know myself. I need to slow myself down on that. So we're going to go moderately clean on this. I'm not prepping it to get chromed. So, black is still going to hide a lot of stuff. So we're just going to do a little bit of tweaking. You know what's probably not cool on a Harley? A Canada import sticker. So that's coming off. Boom. It's already better. It's already better. Wear your safety glasses. I learned the hard way. I'm half blind. just so you guys know that I'm not tweakers, look at all this welding spatter, dude. Like that's not nice. I get it. I, would probably want to blow my brains out as well if I worked in a factory all day, but yeah, like this dips down and this bulge is over. We're gonna go get that nice and smooth. No one's gonna notice this. That's another thing. I'm doing all this work and it's really not that much work, but I'm taking the extra time to just grind this shit out. Is anyone ever gonna notice? I'm gonna go probably to like a show or whatever, or be in the streets, and maybe in my entire lifetime of owning this bike, maybe one guy will come up to me and he'll go, "You fix that? Is this, did you re-weld these?" And I'm gonna go, "Yes, I did, dude. Thank you." And he's gonna make my week, my month, probably my year, maybe even my entire life. Because I care about that. I care about that little stuff.
Covered in paraffin wax. Even if the next is good,
I don't know if you've ever seen these, but these are rapid strip blades. They're like a, I don't know, like a fiberglass kind of wheel. If you want something to look super smooth and take the paint off of something, these are. Like, they're not super abrasive, so they kind of strip it down. But yeah, I basically welded this up, grinded that down with a flap wheel, hit it with this, and then I'll hit it with a 120 grit whatever SOS pad kind of wheel, and then be ready for powder coat. And there you have it. Quick 20 minutes worth of work, goes a long way. Smooth out some welds, get rid of like 4 spot welds, got rid of a bunch of spatter on the neck tube, and yeah, it's looking good. We're gonna flip it over, we're gonna do the other side, probably take another 20 minutes, delete a lock bracket for the fork, and then, I'll be pretty happy with that. We're not gonna go too crazy. That's about all I want to do with this. I grinded out a couple spot welds on both sides, so those are gone. Smoothed out a couple welds, got rid of the welding spatter, a couple tabs, just overall cleaned it up a little bit, rid of the stickers. So this thing is ready to get sandblasted and sent off to powder coat. I also fixed the tiny little rust spot that I had back here. So yeah, probably gonna go metallic black, I think. Something a little subtle, but just a little different that you'll know that I put a little effort into it, Gonna go on to modify the rear swing arm. I bought a 4-piston bagger Brembo, so we're gonna make that fit. I find a lot of times, you'll see the FXRs, they have these upgraded bagger Brembos in the front, and they just don't do anything with the rear brake. That's fine, but if you're gonna go through the trouble of upgrading your brakes, you may as well upgrade all of them, right? And I like it when stuff matches. Normally, you would upgrade your brakes and it's pretty simple because you'd buy a kit and it'd just be done. I'm upgrading to the bagger Brembo off of a touring bike. So this is off of a 2015 Road King. And then this is a 2002 to 2008 rear swing arm. This is the original shitty fucking single piston brake that comes on it. And this brake caliper just slides on the rectangular tube of the swing arm. So that's not gonna work for us because these have a slotted mount that slide on a 1/4 inch plate. I can go buy a 1/4 inch plate and weld a 1/4 inch plate here. They make adapters for this entire bracket. They're like $400, dude. I'm not paying $400 for that. And then I have this Road King swing arm. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna cut this off and I'm gonna weld it on right there. And then we'll have this break here, slide exactly where we need it to go. And it'll do what it needs to do. And we'll machine a little insert to fit the 3/4 axle that this swing arm has, because this one has a, I believe a 1-inch axle. Yeah, it's pretty simple. I could upgrade to this, is what I was thinking about doing, but for me to get the axle adapter kit to fit that wheel, and then because these are further back, it actually drops the bike about 1 inch. And I'm trying to get as much height as I can in the back. It's going to cost me like $600 by the time that I buy the extensions for my Ohlins, or modify these and then buy the axle kit where I can weld a little plate on this, call it a day, you know? Weld a little plate on that. I've got a machine shop friend to help me out with this thing. Nice and simple. So I like simple. These have spherical bearings in them, so it is a little bit better of a swing arm. It is beefier, but I'm not a stunt rider. I'm not going insane. When I do want to spend the money, I'm going to buy a full billet swing arm. So why drop $600 on this to then drop, you know, $1,500 on a full swing arm later on? I may as well just make this work, and then when I want to spend big money, I'll spend big money. But for now, I think this will be fine. So we'll weld this up, then we'll send this off to powder coat with everything else, and it should be pretty simple. All right, I'm a little proud of this, okay? I was trying to figure out how I'm gonna make sure that all of my gaps and distances work, and I think I figured it out, guys. Look at this absolute marvel in engineering right here. Are you seeing this? Yeah. This might be the best purchase that I've made in a long time, is this this table here. So I'm going to have to weld my tab and I'd be able to adjust the wheel. So I'll have to mount it there. And I think I'm going to have to put a spacer on both sides of the brake, because it doesn't look like it's definitely not the same thickness as the original brake, but it looks like the offset's a little different as well, right? So with that being said, it's going to be a pain in the ass to put this wheel on and off, but this is going to be the same distance on this side, so my original spacers are going to work, and then I'll just have to tweak this. I think it's going to be 2, maybe 1/8 shims on both sides, and I think that'll be perfect. But yeah, that's pretty solid. I like that. And I like using this swing arm because I'll still be able to put a factory chain guard on there, just in case I don't want oil all over the place. Okay, no, but seriously, I don't think I expressed it enough in the last clip how sick this is. I can fully set it up. I can weld it right here. I can test it out. I can slide it back and forward. I can check my gaps. It's like, this might be the greatest thing that I've come up with in my entire life. I've built full bikes. This is fucking sick. All right? I can't explain. If you have this table and you need to do something like this, yeah, do it. You know what else is sick? Pontiac Aztec. Yeah. Listen, I know I'm a liar. I said I was going to cut it off the old swing arm. It just seemed like way more work. So I took a couple measurements. I eyeballed a couple things. And I just decided to cut it myself. Homemade, you know? Nice and fresh. I have friends with plasma tables, but I didn't want to wait. I'm impatient. So sometimes you can get it done with a grinder. Is it perfect? No. Is it going to get bent by a fucking hammer? Yeah. And is it going to work? You bet. A lot of people will tell you, you can't build a chopper. You don't have this fancy shop. You don't have all these fucking fancy tools and shit. You need a plasma cutter. You need a crazy welder. You need a... You know what you need? You need a couple friends to help you out with some of the complicated shit. and maybe some heat sometimes. But this is 1/4 inch plate. This is a fucking bench vise from Canadian Tire and a hammer. And you'll be able to bend this for a 90, no problem. You don't need a brake. You don't need fancy fucking tools. You just need a little bit of a can-do attitude and a want to do it. Yeah, not bad. Little brake tab, weld that on. Actually, it'll slide here. Yeah. Made this for free 99. They sell this for like 40 bucks online. Here, so you can kind of get what I'm doing here. We're just replicating this. See? Look at that. Carbon copy. Not bad. It's going to be perfect. So there you go. You've bummed some free metal off of a friend. You cut it with a grinder. And you've got this nice brake tab that you would buy online from somebody who cut it with a plasma cutter and would be like, yeah, but it's perfect. You know what else is perfect? This fucking brake mount. That looks good. I'm happy with that. I don't want to lie to you guys and think that I nailed it perfect the first time. So you guys need to know that I can fuck it up too, you know? So this is your swing arm, and that goes onto the swing arm like this, and it gets welded on. As you can see, I'm an idiot, and I did my angle cuts the wrong way. This is going to provide 0 support, and I can't weld that. So round 2, when I bend these tabs down, this will go onto the swing arm, and these will be this way. So it'll have a nice complete weld. Hey, it's okay. We make mistakes. Right on. So you fucked it up. That one sucks. It's gone. And you've made an exact replica. It's perfect. It's precise. It's exactly what you need. It's going to be solid. It's going to get complete weld. It's gorgeous. So that'll conclude today. Because my friends, well, they're busy. They're busy doing something. I don't know. And I'm tired. And it's getting cold in here. I'm pretty sure you can see my breath in all these fucking takes. So yeah. That's like the gist of it, you know. You'll see it in another video that's welded on, and I'll probably forget to show you, and it'll probably be a powder coated swing arm by the time you see it next. But yeah, it works. The idea works. It's been test fitted. It's gorgeous. We love it. It's gonna be no match for the brakes. The frame's ready. So that's ready for powder coat. We just gotta weld that on. That's ready for powder coat. I gotta figure out what the fuck I'm doing with the front end. Maybe I'll do some coating on that. I don't know. But what I do know is, at the end of this winter, this FXR is gonna be fucking sick, and it'll probably do wheelies. And I have never done a wheelie, and I'm scared. And that's okay, because I probably won't do it. Probably. So, you know, see you in the next one. Maybe I won't see you in the next one. I probably won't see you at all. Say hi, comment, don't comment, say something nice. Maybe say, hey Tris, cool shirt, or I like what you did there, or you did good, kid. I don't know. Do whatever you want. Like it, don't like it, dislike it, unlike it. I don't know. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your mom I said hi. I love you. Okay, maybe don't tell your mom I said I love you because she doesn't know me, but I love you, you know? So, love ya. See you later. Goodbye. I'm out.